Hello and welcome back to Bottom. My name is Beast, and today we're back with a new game. I wanted to delay this a bit because I actually messaged Shirafune on Twitter asking them for permission if I'm allowed to play this game. They've yet to do that though. They've yet to respond to that, though. Like, apparently they haven't even seen it, in fact. Messages have gone out, like, fucking... like, two days ago? I apparently did send it out, like, right at midnight, so it's hard to say if it's 1 day or 2 days ago. So I don't know which one to say. However, I can say that it's been more than 2 days by the time this video is uploaded, so... yeah... let's just hope they're receptive to that. And the reason why I want to ask about that is because, like, it's the first time it's not the first time I've played a game that they've worked on. Just gonna go ahead and say that immediately. Not the first time. Hold on. Let me just... there we go. It's not the first time that I've played a game that they've worked on localizing, because turns out they've worked on all of the Utawarerumono games, which I didn't know. So this time I decided to message them, especially since these are like newly released games. Hey, is it okay if I play this one? In fact, this one and Honey Honey Honey. But they haven't replied to me yet. So yeah. Otherwise, so yeah, we'll be playing Primal Hearts. I'll be calling it Primal Hearts without the X in the title as well, since that's what the fucking application is called. All caps, Primal Space Hearts. So that's what I'll be calling it. Because they wrote it out correctly, the way you're supposed to read it. Not like Hunter x Hunter. Which is, how I say that. Or High School DxD. That's how I say that. Get fucking mad. Like you did for IX Sheetel. Don't worry. It won't affect me at all. It simply amuses me. Anyway, so, bookkeeping, down in the description you'll find a link to the game on the Johren website, the Johren games, where you can buy it. I sure wish you could buy it elsewhere. I did not, I had an aneurysm trying to deal with Johren games. You'll also find a link to my Discord, which I only enter at your own peril. I'm serious. I won't accept any complaints. I've lost control of that place. Anyway, so yeah, go ahead and get this game yourself. That way you can actually see the sex scenes as well, which apparently this game has a lot of. Anyways, start game. Attention, this game is a work of fiction. All characters, places, and organizations are fictional and bear no relation to anything in reality. This work contains depictions of extreme acts. It may have fire.
結果回388票天道会388票まったくの同数だ またしても引き分けが確定しました。
Marmalade presents
ルールにより来週末に再投票となります。
またかよ。これで何連続だ？
全校生徒776名がちょうど半分に分かれる形になっちゃってるからね。
最初はこんな偶然あるんだなんて笑ってたのに、もう笑えない事態だよ。
とりあえず負けなくてよかった。
いいわけがあるか。今回こそは天道会に引導を渡せたはずなのに。
それはこっちのセリフだっつーの結果かい。いい加減引き分け続きで飽き飽きだっつーの。
天道のグズどもか。何をしに現れた？
投票が終わったらそれまでのいざこざは全てノーサイド。お互いの健闘をたたえ合いに来たのだ。だが
結果がまたしても引き分けでは、それも難しいところですね。
That one's sorta. I knew about that beforehand.
両陣営ともに頑張ってるってことなんだけど、困ったわね。
ビッグニュースでござるよ。今さっき教師たちが話してるのを偶然聞いたんだけど、来週頭から転入生が来るって。
この時期に転入生？でもそれって最後の一票を握ってるってことなんじゃ。
勝負を決める777人目の生徒というわけですか。は
は、37とは随分縁起がいいじゃないか。うちにとってはまさにラッキーボーイというやつだな。あら、ラッキーがあるかもしれないわよ。どちらにしてもこの状態を打破できることに変わりはない。
待て待て。天道会に着く前提で話をされては困る。その37は我が月下界にこそふさわしい。そいつを手に入れ、そして貴様らに勝利だ。
上等じゃねえかこのメガネ。んじゃあどっちが先に37を引き込めるか勝負してやんよ。
あらあら、どうやら別の勝負が始まっちゃったみたいね。そうみたいだな。ま、やるからには手加減はしない。
望むところです。37には月下界を支持してもらいます。
いいだろう。これは面白くなってきたじゃないか。
ええ、面白くなってきましたね。
選挙特番の最後にとんでもないビッグサプライズが飛び込んできました。勝った方が全てを持っていく非常な投票制度。この先一体どうなってしまうのか。ついに月下と天道の決着はつくのか。そしてその勝利の鍵を握るのは最後の一票を持つ転入生、その名も37。37とは一体何者なのか。それはこの番組を見ているあなたかもしれない。
No, they literally can't. You're not submit to the actual broadcast. You're a fucking like school radio MC. Everyone at school, it cannot be that who's already at school attending cannot be 777. You high. Why is the music so loud? Sad. Oh, because the fucking audio of the opening is routed to the goddamn music audio. Isn't that usually like fucking like an extra setting? I saw that smug. I saw that smug. This one was the smug one. Why does it always have something to drink on the... I knew I recognized the fucking voice! This is sung by Seiyu! Seiyu. That's how you say it. I'm returning. It's the people who also sang the Hoshiri Yume Mirai opening.
桜と理想ととんかつと
Cutlets, creeds, and cherry blossoms. I'll take the cutlets, please. I'm hungry. Not actually, though. I did actually eat anything for lunch, though. Exited the tunnel and found... Tunnel? The tunnel! Yes, the tunnel! I exited the tunnel and found myself in the land of snow. So the great man wrote, apparently. I reached the station and found myself in the land of cherry blossoms. So there's Johren City. My new home. It appears worthy of my habitation. Brick-lined streets. Brick-lined streets. There's a narrow channel in the middle, with clear and clean water quietly running down it. On each side stand a ridiculous number of cherry trees, creating a bower of blossoms that runs off right into the distance. The whole scene is bathed in warm sunlight, as though seeking to coax even further growth from the trees. A pleasant breeze blows by, and a storm of pink petals is whipped up into the air. Oh my, is this welcome all for me? I placed my hands on one of the larger trees from among the row and addressed it. I know, your name is now Antoinette. What do you say, my cherry baby? Does that suit you? I'm going to shoot myself. What's that? If they don't have sticky dumplings, let me eat top-grade flour made from non-nutritious glutinous rice. You little strumpet, you know you won't keep your head like that.
ママ、お兄ちゃんなんで桜に話しかけてるの？
Pull my Bible out of my pocket and hurriedly check it. I mean, at the same time, I'm kind of happy that that's not going to be how he acts for the rest of the game. It says right here, moderately mysterious men who converse with flowers shall perceive prodigious popularity with the ladies. Maybe mysterious doesn't suit me. Maybe that little kid's too young to understand love, and so my mystery.
こらダメよ。変な人なうとかネットにアップしちゃ。
Wow, to think children get smartphones so young these days. Guess I'm in a big city now. In any case, no more talking to flowers for me. Farewell, Antoinette. I just need to stay flexible. See ya. Read the room. I'll have a hair on my honeys before I know it. Hopefully. This new town is where I'll finally get a girlfriend. That! What's with this dog? I was just making a big declaration!
ごめんなさい。この子が急に走り出しちゃって。
Yes. Why does the text box expand? I could make a very, very, very bad joke here. You know what? Fuck it, I'm making it. I have the alcohol to blame for this. Even if I have not drunk enough to be drunk in any kind of way. It expands, kind of like I do when looking at those thighs. Oh, before I forget. I found my mace again! I don't know where the fuck it was. It just suddenly ended up being in this room again. It is also mildly hairy for some reason. Better. A bit at least. And there it goes. Did I just scratch up the fucking... Oh well. Anyways. The girl runs up with a long ponytail swinging behind her head. She's wearing hot pants showing off her long, toned legs and a slender body line. Her bust jiggling pleasantly as she runs highlights her stunning femininity, and that's offset almost by the natural aura she exudes. Her big, round, trusting eyes also make her look like a puppy dog, or perhaps a pony.
お怪我はありませんでした？
So cute. Please go with me. Oh crap, she's too much for my... She's so much to my taste, hitting all the targets, face, breasts, legs, I couldn't stop myself. What to do in a moment like this? Ah, of course. Ah, sorry if that gave you a whiplash, baby. I could date you if you want, though. Huh? Hey, I'm not talking to you! Why are you shaking around like that?
本当に大丈夫ですか？
Of course I am. Of course, it would take more than this to unsettle me.
ああ、ズボンに砂がついちゃってる。よかったらこれ使ってください。
With a flustered bow of her head, she offers me a charming tartan handkerchief.
どうかしました？
Well, this is, of course, the first time a girl has ever given me something of her own, so I'm not really sure what to do. Really, can just take it and use it, right? That's okay.
どうぞ。
If you insist, then thank you.
はい、好きなだけ使ってください。
She offers me the handkerchief again with a truly charming smile that I know I'm going to be thinking about later. Can't very well tell her that I could easily just brush the offending dirt off with my hand.
本当にすみませんでした。私がリードをしっかり握ってればこんなことにはならなかったのに。
It's fine, I like dogs.
それならよかった。
I don't. Crouch down and talk to the dog that's still playing around at my feet. Sometimes you just want to run, don't you, doggy? But don't cause too much trouble for your nice mistress. That's a good girl, you go.
嘘？気難しいこの子が懐いてる？
Take us. Don't need to lick me so much. Sorry, is something wrong? I don't know, have I messed up somewhere? I know I shouldn't have used the handkerchief. Just having those big round bright eyes looking at me though, my heart is racing. I'm not sure if I'm coming or going.
最初と雰囲気が全然違いますね。
I don't know what you're talking about. Crap on a stick, I was having so much fun with the dog, I just started acting like myself. Come on, get back in the game, I can't let such a lovely encounter as this pass me by. Close my eyes and draw in a deep breath. How about we go get a coffee somewhere, baby?
ああ、待ってよ。
She's already been dragged away by a running dog. I'm stammering mess anyway, so probably better she doesn't hear any of that. Handkerchief!
差し上げます。本当にすみませんでした。
She bobs her head again, ponytail still swinging, and then runs away. Well, I'm lit. Oh, some of that went down the wrong pipe. All I'm left with is the hanky in my hand. Hold on, what's this? There's a name embroidered onto the tag of the handkerchief. What's this? Burbally. Look Japanese to me. If this is her name, though, I have to admit, it has a mysterious ring to it. I like it. No, it's a fucking brand. Miss Burbally, please go out with me. If you'll settle for me, then of course I'm so happy. Burbally's played today by me. Miss Burbally.
ママ、あのお兄ちゃん、今度はハンカチとおしゃべりしてるよ。
違うわ。あれはね、お兄ちゃんじゃなくて新種の蝶々なの。春先になるとああやってひらひら踊ってるのよ。
へえ、うちのパパみたいだね。だっていつもママに、あなたいつまでヒラなの？お隣さんなんてもう部長なのに。
パパの話はやめましょうね。
Like I said, I'm in the big city. Even the street chatter is scintillating. This is progress for me. Big progress. I clutched the handkerchief belonging to Miss Burbally in my own hand and reflect on everything that just happened. I talked with a girl and she even gave me the handkerchief. Her handkerchief. It's all thanks to the Bible. But I have to buckle down and apply myself harder. Letting my mask drop so easily. Never achieve my goal of finally getting a girlfriend if I keep making such obvious mistakes. Oh, Playboy. Playing Playboy. Okay. No, you're not. You're pathetic. As I walk along, repeating this to myself, the ground gradually gets steeper. An upward slope still lined with overwhelmingly splendid cherry trees. Still only about halfway up, and I'm already high enough to look out across the city. A stunning view. I can see all the way to the ocean, sparkling as it throws back the sun's rays in the distance. A special, slightly warm, slightly moist spring breeze blows from time to time, and it feels surprisingly nice. Be the perfect spot for a date. Just thinking about it gets me fired up. Whoa! Stronger gust of wind blows, forcing me to lower my face. After it passes, I quietly open my eyes again. Cherry petals dance in the breeze. Standing amidst them is a girl with beautifully flowing, long black hair. Her expression strikes me at once, looking neither melancholy nor happy about her surroundings. The very air around her feels dignified, clear, as though rimmed with frost. Gulp. She slowly turns towards me. She has almond-shaped eyes. The look she gives me is so sharp it could kill. Double gulp. Then she flows into a single bow, performed in impeccable style. She has to be a girl of good upbringing, so elegant and noble. I'm utterly captivated.
Konnichiwa.
Compared with her otherworldly aura a moment ago, her greeting comes out soft and pleasant. As though that single word sufficed to break the spell over me, I find my own mouth capable of replying. But, hello?
あなたと同じ2年生のクラガのセラです。これからよろしくお願いします。
Me too? But hold on. How do you know that about me?
明日から転入生が来るという話を聞いてたんです。だから、今日はその手続きに来たのかなって。
Good guess, but that still seems like inefficient information to realize I'm said transfer student. If it was someone else and you suddenly introduced yourself like that, you'd probably get called a good-for-nothing butterfly.
少々？前に住んでたところの方言か何かですか？
No, someone down the hill just called me one. I was just trying it out. She looks at me with a puzzled expression. I can't really blame her. With the pause this earns me, I manage to collect myself and recuperate. I will chat her up successfully if I let circumstances sweep me along like this.
それでお名前は 立脇一馬さんでいいんですよね。
Ah, you're such a cutie, say my name! Crap, just finished screwing this up with the last girl.
急にニヤニヤしてるけど、どうしたんですか？
Don't. Please don't start again. Please don't start again. Please don't start again. Please don't start again. How the fuck do I get a leg off the fucking armrest now? Ignore that sound. You know what, fuck it, I'll just sit like this. This is actually incredibly uncomfortable. And painful, actually. The armrest is sticking into my leg, and the other armrest is sticking into my back. This is more painful than I expected. I really need to fucking move it. Ah, well, this is my heartthrob smile. What do you think? Pretty killer, right? She's not reacting as positively as I hoped. Keep thy mouth shut and smiled to stir the heart of thine intended. I know the passage from the Bible with my eyes closed. Do I need to practice my smile more?
私のこと警戒してますよね。どうして顔を知ってるんだとか。
I wouldn't say I'm on edge, but I was interested.
立脇さんのお顔を知ってるのは、転入生用の書類の写真を見たからなんです。
Right, okay, that makes sense.
ですから、安心してくださいね。
Concerned for me, perhaps. She gives a gentle smile. She must have picked up on my inner struggle. So she's thoughtful, elegant, and just all around lovely.
いけない。そろそろ門限の時間。このまま校内を案内できればよかったんですけど、もう帰宅しなきゃいけないんです。
It really is a shame. I'd have loved to chat with you some more.
本当ですか？実は私も、もう少しお話をしたいと思ってたんです。月下会の生徒会室に来てくれればお相手できますから、ぜひ一度来てください。
Wait, seriously? How can things possibly be proceeding this smoothly? You bet I'll be there with bells on.
約束ですよ。
A date? I was getting seriously serious. Plan a date with this cutie. Must be like super lucky today or something.
今日は休日なので、門には守衛さんがいると思います。でも、要件を伝えれば入れますから。
Understood.
転入の手続きは事務局でお願いします。校舎1階の西側にあります。まだ校内に部活動をしている生徒たちもいますし、もし何か困ったことがあったら聞いてみてください。
Thank you for all your help.
お役に立ててよかったです。それじゃあ、楽しい学園生活を。
She gives another perfectly graceful bow and then quietly turns and leaves. The movement caused the hem of her long skirt to squish up just slightly. Watch her leave with an excited feeling palpitating my heart. Got this. Can't help but pose like I'm trying out for a Mr. Universe. My perfectly sculpted playboy persona just landed me a date to meet up with this super cute girl. I knew this personality was the way to play things. I want to fucking shoot myself. Alright, Dad, is that the student council office now? I wonder why. Maybe she's in the student council and therefore because a new transfer student showed up wants to help said transfer student. By God, this man is stupid and I hate him already. A 4-story building with modern, functionally beautiful aesthetic appears in front of me. So this is the Inoshima Academy. Fine name. Inoshima one possible meaning of which is Love Island. Let's hope it turns out to be my own island of love. Oh, female body of students with your female bodies. The wait for me is almost over. First things first, I need to finish registration. Could have gone to set the main office was on the west side.
バレー部ファイト。声が小さいわよ、1年。
Explain my situation to the guard and into the grounds, where I'm greeted by the sound of athletic shouts from various sports clubs busy with practice.
お前ら調子に負けてどうする。こっちだって全国大会出てんだ。柔道部魂を見せてやれ。もう一丁行く。
Heard the school was pretty hot on sports, and now I see many students training even though it's the weekend. This is all pretty impressive.
よし、10分休憩したらすぐに稽古を再開するぞ。
はい。
と、なんだね君は。当学園の制服を着ていないところを見るに、ここの生徒ではないようだが。
Tall male student with glasses asks me what I'm doing. He has a sharp face and almond-shaped eyes. He looks like one of those honest student types.
君の名前は。ああ、失礼した。まずは自分の名前を名乗るのが礼儀だな。僕の名前は五名高明。剣道部主将で月下会副会長だ。
You really set the vice quickly there. Sorry, did you say president?
君がそう思ったんなら会長と呼んでくれて構わんよ。
Okay, so I'm Kazuma Tatewaki, the superstar rookie who's going to be transferring in from tomorrow. It feels a little rude to reply with such a to such a polite greeting like this, but I play it cocky all the same. Who knows when a cute girl might be watching after all. Can't afford to break out of my playboy self-loving persona. Sorry, Gomyo.
転入生だと？では君が37か。
7 was that?
へえ、こいつが。
みんな待ってたんだよ、君が転入してくるの。
What's going on? Suddenly I'm the center of a hubbub.
ねえ37くん、こっちに投票してよ。もししてくれるならサービスしちゃうから。
そいつ彼氏いるぞ。甘い言葉に騙されんなよ。
新体操部の女が二股うまいとか常識だからね。私を甲子園に連れてってっておだてりゃ男なんて余裕って思ってるし。
ちょっとそれ偏見だからね。
なあ、こっちに投票してくれよ。緑髪の可愛い女子マネージャーを紹介してやるからさ。
ボーカロイダーをカウントするのは反則じゃね。その点我が芸研にはちゃんと3次元の女子がいる。
あれはただの
失敬な。男の子と呼びたまえ。
Ah, okay, it's set. Now what the hell is going on here?
みんな落ち着きたまえ。立脇くんが戸惑ってるじゃないか。ここは副会長の僕の顔を立てて一旦引いてくれないか。
汚ねえぞ月下会。その隙に37を取り込む気だろ。喉から手が出るほど欲しい最後の1票だもんな。
これで手柄を立てて会長の椅子をいただこうとか考えてるんでしょ。やり方がせこいのよ。そんなんだからいつまでたっても副会長なんじゃないの？
それでさ、月下会と天道会どっちに投票するの？
もちろん月下よね。
いや天道だろ。どう考えてもこっちの政策の方がいい。
Hey, guys.
ほら、あなたたちがしつこいから37くん困ってるじゃない。
うっせえ。お前らみたいな人気のある部活と違って俺たち弱小部は生き残りに必死なんだよ。
そうよそうよ。だって選挙に勝てば部費アップ間違いなしだもん。こっちだってなりふり構ってられないんだから。
The arguments are only getting more heated all around me.
それなら37つながりで我がギャンブル研究会が彼を引き取ろうじゃないか。
I know if the main character was Yamato or Capped, I know where you would be going right now.
それはなしでしょ。てか部活の勧誘をしていいなら新体操部に入ってもらうよ。
おいおいおい、男が新体操とか正気か。
最近は男子だって新体操するんです。そんなことも知らないの？クスクス。
くそムカつくこの女。
それにマネージャーでもいいしね。それでどうかな、37君って。あれ？
おい、いねえぞ。どこ行った？
Taking advantage of the chaos, I picked my moment and quietly faded out. Yeah, lucky I'm so good at running away. I think I got away clean. What was all that 007 stuff anyway? Why do I have a name like some kind of secret agent before I've even completed my transfer? How am I now anyway? Really wasn't looking where I was going, so I think I lost my way. Another view!
よかった。これで全員揃ったわね。それじゃ、天道会緊急会議を始めましょう。天道会副会長、カンナカナ。通称カナカナ。実務能力の高さは折り紙付き。どんな難問もたちまち片付ける。天道会のマザーコンピューターとはこいつのことだ。
You can tell that her parents need to be slapped.
何かあったんすか？急に呼び出したりして。天道会会計、神塚美智。通称ビッチ。付き合った男は数知れず、独自の情報網で、その気になれば特定秘密だって何のその。必要とあらば、総理大臣だって口説き落としてみせるぜ。
緊急招集とは穏やかではないでござるな。
天道会初期、水則典弘、通称のり。アニメ、フィギュア、ゲームのことになると異常な力を発揮。限定販売なら1ヶ月前からでも喜んで並ぶぞ。でも転売屋だけは勘弁な。そして私が天道会生徒会長、天神平春日、通称姫。百戦錬磨の私じゃなければこの濃すぎるメンツは扱えない。さっきから何やってるんすか？一度こういうのをやってみたかったんだ。だってテンション上がるだろ。もう春日ちゃんたら本当にお祭り好きなんだから困った子ね。すまんかな、ついな。では本題に入る。今しがたこの学園に37が来たらしいのだ。マジっすか？それで確保はできたんすよね。それがね、どうやら逃げられてしまったみたいなの。たく、相変わらず使えねえなおめえは。
拙者のせい？拙者も今来たばっかりだよ、ちょっと。
まあ落ち着け。重要なのは月下会より先に37に接触できるかどうかだ。転入生のお名前は立脇一馬くん。学年は2年生。というところまでは確定しているんだけど。写真とかはねえんすか？それがあれば一発っすよね。
Think about it, probably should take some screenshots thus far. Hold on. I'll try some. Let me just save here.
セーブします。
Yes. Thank you. And then we go to the main menu.
コンフィグです。タイトルへ戻るんですか？プライマルハーツ。
I do need to make sure to take screenshots. I can't take screenshots like that. I need to save. Fuck.
37の担任になる元ゆる義堂が持っているはずなんだが、クラガノに先を越された。相変わらずやり手ね、クラガノさんは。まあそこを憂いても仕方ないだろう。今はターゲットの情報をきちんと整理しよ
では拙者が似顔絵を描くんで情報を教えてくだされ。
う。とりあえずサッカー部から聞いた話だと背丈は普通らしいな。
普通というのはどのくらい？
そんくらいてめえで考えろ。何のために脳みそついてんだ。
むちゃくちゃすぎるんですけど。
新体操部さんのお話だと黒髪だったみたいね。長さは普通ですって。
普通というのはどのくらい？
だからそんくらいてめえで考えろ。二度も同じこと言わせんじゃねえよ。
拙者ストレスでハゲちゃうかも。
You'd be lowering the average.
うっしツイッターと LINE で聞いてたのが帰ってきたみたいっす。結構いろんな情報が入ってきたっすよ。
さすがミチ。情報の速さでお前の右に出るやつはいないな。
ダチが見たときはなぜか桜に話しかけてたそうっす。
素敵ね。桜とお話ができるなんて。
いや、多分それはないと思うっすよ。ああ、でも犬やハンカチとも話してたみたいっすね。
ほら、やっぱりお話ができるのよ。随分とうさんくさそうなやつだな。まあそれは置いといて、肝心の顔については。
イケメンじゃねえんでそこの情報はほとんどねえっすね。
何その顔面格差社会、ひどすぎるでしょ。ちょっと
しょうがねえだろ。興味ねえもんはねえんだよ。興味を持たれたかったらイケメンに生まれ変わってこいや。
やっぱりリアルはクソでござる。女は神か JPEG に限る。
まああとはいきなりイケるって叫んでたくらいっすかね。
あら、どこに行くのかしらね。
さあ、でも話を聞いてるとなんかヤバいの決めててあっちの世界にでも行ってそうな感じっすけどね。
その他の情報は？転入前の学園に問い合わせてみたんだけど、運動が得意みたいね。なるほど。他には？思ったよりも37さんのデータが集まったわね。一人一人の情報は少なくてもみんなの力を合わせればざっとこんなものだな。
Oh no, what kind of monstrosity did the fucking information put together?
そうそう、これが天道界の結束力って感じっすよね。
てなわけで、みんなの情報をもとに完成した37予想図がこいつだー。
かっぱ？これはだな。
どう見てもあれにしか見えねえっすよね。
というか、なんで水かきがついてるんだ？
水泳が得意と言ってたなり、そりゃ水かきくらい持ってるでしょう。
This man cannot be trusted.
なんでマッパなんよ。
いや、なんか薬決めてるって言うし、服がわからなかったからとりあえず裸でいいかなと。
この頭の上に乗っているお皿は？
ああ、これは書いてる最中に拙者の頭が剥げ上がりそうだったんでつい。
ついじゃねえよ、感情移入の方向間違ってんだろおい。
あ、そうだった、いけるって叫んでたんだっけ。じゃあそれも書き足してっと。どうでござる？
それ書いちゃダメ
I just need to finish my registration and get back home. Walk west on campus, everything should work out.
君が立脇くんだね。
No, I'm not your triple threat or whatever. Yeah, you forgot the wrong guy.
いやー、どっからどう見てもそうだよ。だってその制服、前の学校のでしょ？
Oh crap. Amidst all this chaos, I've been overlooking that most basic thing.
君の担任になる元ゆるぎ同盟だよ。よろしく。
My apologies, Miss Motoyurugido. I admit I thought you were a student rather than a faculty member.
果たしてはそんなに幼く見えるかな。どっからどう見ても教師でしょ？
think it's pretty obvious that she looks younger than half the students, not just her height, but her overall atmosphere.
さっき、倉賀野さんから連絡があってね。君が困っていると思うから、手続きを手伝ってほしいって言われたの。
Ah, that's Kuragano's name again. What a wonderful young woman she is. Can't wait to spend more time with her. In that case, thank you so much for helping me out. I fill out, sign, and stamp the requisite documents.
よし、これで、
Wired documents.
よし、これで転入手続きは終了っと。
No, it actually is requisite documents.
転入手続きは終了っ
Whoops.
と。
She continued.
この学園は、月下と天道、その2つの生徒会が運営してるっていう、ちょっと変わった校風なのは知ってるよね。
Sorry, what? Gecko and Nintendo?
月下と天道だよ。学園紹介のパンフレットにも書いてあったと思うんだけどな。
I looked at everything that came in, but I didn't see a thing about student councils.
そんなはずないんだけどな。
I don't understand why you sent me half of that stuff anyway. Raising rhinoceros beetles, making delicious pizza.
やんごめん。間違えて私の私物送っちゃったみたい。ごめんね。先生ポンコツだからさ。
No, you're a great teacher, probably.
君はいい子だね。よし、パンフレットの代わりに先生が説明してあげるね。大まかに言うと、月下会が保守派なの。今までの歴史や伝統を守ろうっていう生徒会ね。
All I know about this game is the whole yes, he's the vote that we already know. And one thing is, one of the student councils apparently have a rule where they're gonna make it so students aren't allowed to date. And that's literally all I know. And so that's gonna be the problem in one of the fucking routes apparently. And that is basically all I know right now.
逆に天道会が革新派。簡単に言えば便利な方向に変えていこうっていう感じだね。その2つの生徒会が議題ごとに案件を出し合って、それを生徒たちが投票して決めるんだ。
Wow, it all sounds very democratic.
その議題もね、生徒たちが決めるの。例えば体育祭での出し物をパン食い競争にするのか、それとも玉入りにするのか、みたいにね。
I mean, that one's fucking obvious. One is a sport, the other isn't. That's a fascinating system. It's like the students are running the school.
そんなこんなだから、いろいろと大変なんだ。最近の生徒ってさ、余計な知恵ばっかりつけて、すぐに文句言ってくるんだよね。ネットで調べたとか言ってさ。
Is she venting a bit?
毎日生徒たちからからかわれて、上からはしっかりしろって怒られてさ、もう胃が痛くて。
I can help with that.
同僚とかどんどん結婚して辞めてっちゃうし、実家の両親からは早く孫の顔を見たいってプレッシャーかけられるし。私ってばこの職業、向いてないのかな？
I think you are. I consider myself lucky, I'll tell you that much. Can't wait to start school tomorrow with such a beautiful homeroom teacher waiting for me.
それ、本気で言ってる？
Of course I am, but if we were to be student teacher from tomorrow, I'd be asking you. If we weren't to be student teacher from tomorrow, I'd be asking you out already.
もう、やだな。先生が何も知らないおぼこだと思ってからかってるでしょ。
I mean, I wanted to pull the trigger, but it kinda worked on her. I don't like that. You're a beautiful woman. You're a beautiful woman, nothing less. Quote the Bible, take the complexes of thine intended and turn them into thine own advantage. Right on the money. Her face is blushing and she keeps glancing over at me.
実はね、まだ書いてほしい書類があるんだけど。
She's gonna hand him a marriage registration. She takes another piece of paper gingerly out of her bag.
もう私の欄は埋めてあるから。 ここに君の名前と、まだ
Yep.
年齢的に親御さんの承諾がいるから。
I've seen this joke in not Infinite Stratus, Stay to Life. That was the one. I would have loved to see that joke in Infinite Stratus because the teacher in that one was hot. Not the green-haired one! Fucking damn it! I've missed this thing. I don't know why. I have an actual machete now, but I like this more.
先生ね、夢だったの。海が見えるところに白いお家を建てて、犬も飼って、子供は2人くらいがいいんだ。兄弟がいないとかわいそうだし、君もそう思うよね。思って。
I mean, literally all of the ideas she's throwing out sound lovely. Hold on. What is this?
婚姻届だよ。
Yeah. Huh?
だから、婚姻届。
So where's the option to sign them? What?
これからよろしくね、ダーリン。
What?
婚期が迫っている女性を口説くときは注意しましょう。
先生との約束だぞ。
He's fucked! Managed to bluff my way out of the situation with Miss Moto Yurugido. Oh, Moto Yurugido. Moto Yurugido. Moto Yurugido. Moto Yurugido. Moto Yurugido. Moto Yurugido. Oh, it's gonna be a fucking pain in the arse. This is Higashimori Yamake all over again. I have to skip getting a girlfriend, just get a wife. So I had to look over the official brochure that she had provided me with. I also recalled the details she had told me to be careful about.
2つの生徒会のどちらかに必ず所属して、そこの制服を着用することが義務付けられてるの。でも、転入生には1ヶ月間猶予が与えられているから、その間にどっちの生徒会に所属するのか決めれば大丈夫。それまでは前の学園の制服を着ててもいいからね。
Oh, why not casual clothes? That's what you told me. Hopefully that pretty much covers things. Apart from this whole two student councils thing, it seems like a pretty standard school. Although a reason to bone up on the one special rule. It could all come in handy when chatting up women, after all. My mod is to always put in the legwork. Worn out. That's everything for the day anyway. After greeting my new neighbors, I packed and arranged most of my belongings. Just some minor adjustments to make, but it should only take a few days at this kind of pace. Living alone down today, I'm gonna give this my best shot till. I ordered all of my furniture while consulting fashion magazines and Romans manuals, so my apartment has turned out pretty cool, if I do say so myself. It does look very, very nice, yes. Burnt through half my savings in the process, true, but it's a cheap price to pay if I consider it an investment in order to get a girlfriend. That reminds me, I need to wash Miss Burbley's handkerchief for her. Hold on, wouldn't it be impolite for me to just stick it in with my own tighty whities? Should I even be washing something so delicate belonging to such a cute girl in a crude washing machine in the first place? No, I'm just getting carried away. It's not like she has angels washing her laundry in a cloud. And yet, I guess I'll wash it by hand just to be sure. Alright, now spread it out so it doesn't get all wrinkled. There. Next, I need to practice my heartthrob smile, especially after that screw up today. 99. 100. That's 100 kilodiddle smiles. Next. No, I'd better do at least one more set. Can't allow another failure like that. That's my phone. Set up an internet connection here, but no landline, so there's my cell that's ringing off its non-existent hook. Hello? Mom. Yes, I finished registration without any problems. Mr. Pascal, call you myself. Yes, I have. Went and saw my neighbors. What? Dinner? Don't worry, I've got it handled. Yes, talk to you soon. Yeah, I didn't expect a call from home so soon. It's a complicated situation, but there's no helping it now. There's the path I've chosen. Dinner, huh? Actually, I haven't eaten anything yet. Having just moved in, I don't have anything in the refrigerator. In fact, I don't even know where this closest supermarket is. I look at the clock that I just hung on the wall and see that it's shortly after 8 o'clock. Guess I'll go out and take a look around. Which brings me to the bustling area in front of the station. The avenue of cherry trees is beautifully illuminated, showing off a different aspect of that scintillating pink from the daytime. Look at all these elegant eateries. It's like everything is sparkling. Everything's still open at this time of night, too. Things really are different in the big city. I don't even want to buy some, but just letting all the shopping potential wash over me is exciting. It's that kind of homesickness I was just feeling has totally been buried, too. Considering the time, I think I'll look for somewhere I can eat on the spot rather than a supermarket. Huh. Wonderful fragrance suddenly fills the air, making my stomach twitch in culinary anticipation. Looks like it's coming from that place on the corner. Glass fronted, the interior can be seen from the street, making it reassuringly open. The prices on the menu out front are nice and reasonable. Push the atmosphere building wooden door open and proceed inside.
いらっしゃいませ。ラプンツェルへようこそ。
That's not how you take screenshots.
上書きするんですか？
I'm immediately greeted by a cheerful call. Which the waitress looks pretty cute, with a striking ponytail swinging from her. Ah, Miss Burbly.
あれ、あなたはさっきのバーブリー？
It was written on your handkerchief, embroidered on the tag part.
ああ。
Whoops.
ああ。あれ、あのハンカチのブランド名ですけど。
What? That's got 5! How to get this? How to get out of this green up? The only choice seems to be to bust out my killer smile, bring some of the practice to bear.
ニコニコしてる？ああ、気づかなくてごめんなさい。そういう笑いのネタだったんですね。
This shit needs to stop working so you can throw away the magazine finally. Quite the reaction I was hoping for.
私、駒形ゆずきって言います。さっきはお話の途中で立ち去っちゃってすみませんでした。
No, no, thank you for the handkerchief. I washed it, so I'll get it back to you soon.
ハンカチなら気にしないでください。ってすみません。お店の入り口で話し込んじゃって。お食事ですよね。お席の方はお一人様でよろしいですか？
No, too.
お連れ様は後から？
No, she's already here. The other seat is for you. Baby.
Huh?
Yes, nailed it. No, you fucking didn't. Please, kill yourself. By fucking God. End it. Oh! Make sure to shoot me first, though. I don't want to experience any of this anymore. Come on. Come in apparently on my own, but I expectedly specify a party of 2. Then the master can invite her to join me. Perfection.
すみません。お水のおかわりください。
はい、かしこまりました。
He's already gone, seeing to the needs of the other diners.
何でしたっけ？
お会計お願いします。
はい、少々お待ちください。ごめんなさい。 この時間はちょっと慌ただしくて。
Right, a party of one. Any table's fine. Oh, I'm stuffed. The food was good and the price is reasonable. I can see myself going there a lot. Not to mention the super cute waitress. Uniform really suited her. First day here and I already have so much... And already so much has happened. So glad I made this move. Kumagata. Kuragano. Miss Motoirugido. Okay, not her. Yes, her. Fuck you. I just need to keep on mixing up with lots of different girls eventually. First day as a transfer student is tomorrow. I've got this.
Primal Hearts.
I love that chibi. I've got half a mind to quit already. I don't like this main character. It's our morning already. Crap, I need to get ready for morning practice. A familiar ceiling. I look to one side to see similarly unfamiliar walls that the new clock just hung up there last night. Right, I started on my own yesterday. You open the curtains and bathe in the morning sun. That's the stuff. The life of my new school finally starts today. I'm half nervous, half excited, all mixed with a shot of worry about not being able to pull this off. Experience a treasure for sure, and something I know I would have had if I didn't move here. It's still early to head to school though. No one to call me on it. I could have lounged in bed much longer, and yet here I am. I was normal. Humans really are creatures of habit. Looks like I'm cursed to always wake up at the same time every day. There's nothing to do in my apartment. But upon questioning my stomach, it turns out it's also too early to eat breakfast. What to do then? Go for a stroll. The other one isn't even an option. You know what? I am, however, going to go back and save at least. Hello? Thank you.
セーブします。
Is that logo gonna change the face of the character whose route we're on? Anyways, go for a stroll. Weather's nice, so I'll take a walk and explore. After walking just a short distance, I come to this wonderful park. Kinda makes me want to take a jog. I'm here now, getting some exercise. I do like to keep myself active. Hup! Hup! Leap out onto the top of a nearby fence. It's the perfect width and height to work on my balance. Strong enough to hold me too, so why not work up a bit of a sweat.
今お兄ちゃんが柵の上を走ってたよ。
そんなわけないでしょ。普通の人はあんなところ走れないわ。猫とでも見間違えたのよ、きっと。
Wait, I thought it meant like these? Or maybe like the fence on the bridge or that? Are they talking about these things? Because those look more like lanterns.
そうだよね。あんなとこから落ちたらキャッと声が出て、その後寝込んじゃうもんね。
そうね。
I returned to my apartment, took a quick shower, and then changed into my school uniform. That's because I'm planning to head straight to school after eating breakfast. What to eat? I always wanted to try the morning mick, but a new beef bowl chain sounds good too. My stomach feels just the right degree of empty, and I'm definitely ready to get my breakfast on.
あとちょっと頑張って姉ちゃん、もうちょっとだ。
Huh? Here's some voices from further down the avenue of cherry trees. Look in that direction and see some very young-looking elementary schoolers shouting and pointing up into one of the trees. Their ball is stuck among the branches. A pretty common sight with all these trees around, I suppose. Although it does seem a bit early in the day for it. City kids are probably crammed at the cram school after school, I reflect. Early mornings might be their only time to play. Hold the phone, seriously? Another girl, only a little bigger than the ones below, is already up in the tree and desperately reaching for the ball.
なかなか届かないな。
姫、危ないから降りてくだされ。
大丈夫だ。私の運動神経を知っているだろ。
A guy who appears to actually know the girl in the tree is also looking up from the ground with concern on his face. He's wearing the Tendo uniform from the very Ainoshima Academy that I'm about to start attending myself, so he's probably around the same age as me. He's got someone her my age with her. I'm sure she'll be fine.
もっと前に行かないと。
ダメ、もう見てらんない。
大丈夫だってすぐに取れるから。
Compared to her panicky companion on the street, the girl on the tree seems courageously calm. Without any sense of fear, she continues forward along the branch. Even from this distance, though, I can see the same branch bending in a very unnatural way. Looks ready to break at any moment.
お姉ちゃん、あと少し左だよ。そうそう、もうちょっと前に出て。
Why did you show up down here all of a sudden? Kids today! Perhaps they just haven't noticed the bending branch, but they encourage her to continue along with it.
ダメダメ、それ以上進んだら枝折れる。
大丈夫だって。あとちょっとだ。あとちょっと。
They kick off the ground and speed forward. The girl proceeds to make a beautiful mid-air recovery, landing delicately on her feet. Was she a cat in her past life? An acrobat in this one? In either case, she's far lighter on her feet than I was expecting. I had no idea she could do that! I slam on the brakes.
姉ちゃんすげえ。
Just as a shower of praise starts from watching kids, her body sways sharply backwards. She just pulled off a 10-point landing, but unfortunately she wasn't coming down on a gym mat. She came down on the edge of the stream in the middle of the path. Losing her footing, she's now about to crash onto her back. Come on, I've got to make it this time! I plunge forward again, throwing out my arms.
いつの間に姫の手を掴んでいただと？一体何が起こったんだ？
あれ？
That good as I gotcha. I draw her back upright and then gently release her hand once she's on safer footing. Why was there a cube of magical darkness before the screen actually faded? You okay? I was expecting more. The girl looks pretty perplexed. Strange guy did just suddenly show up, grab her hand, after all. No surprise that she's feeling surprised. I'd better check she wasn't hurt anyway. First thing I notice is her hat, which looks a bit like it's concealing cat ears. She has on a cute frilly skirt, stripped knee socks. She's too young for me right now, but her face suggests she'll be super pretty once she is a little older. You don't seem to be hurt.
おかげさまでなんともない。間一髪のところすまなかった。ありがとう。助かったよ。
She gives a smile, showing off a cute little fang.
どこのどなたかは存じないが、お主のおかげで姫が助かったでござる。
Princess? I think he's a knight or something. Prithee, don't worry about it. I hardly did a thing.
おじゃるとは公家の出自か何か。
Mayhap, not really. I'm just trying to compete with your chivalry thing.
なぜ対抗など。
I mean, look, I didn't even get to do anything worth thanking me for. Catching her when she fell from the tree would have been a lot cooler. All I really did was just take her hand to stop her falling from some water. You've got something else to deal with anyway. Oops. I prompted the girl with my eyes to reassure the younger kids who are still worriedly spectating.
ああ、そうだった。ほら、ちゃんと取れたぞ、ボール。姉ちゃん、ありがとうな。くるくるって回ってかっこよかったよ。はは、最後は少し締まらなかったがな。まあ、余計な心配をかけてすまなかった。こっちこそごめん。ボール取ってほしいなんて頼んじゃったせいで。結果オーライだ。 この通り怪我もなかった。それより次からは気をつけて遊ぶんだぞ。ごめんなさい。ボールを投げるときは気をつけるね。
I just noticed that her hat says Nyanya.
あと、やばい。そろそろ家に帰んないと母ちゃんに怒られちまう。あ、ほんとだ。それじゃあさようなら。車に気をつけて帰るんだぞ。じゃあな。ね、ありがとう。バイバイ。
The kids run off, waving back as they go. The girl waves back with a smile until they can't be seen anymore. I better get moving too.
待て。まだ霊が住んでいない。
The moment I try to leave, she circles around in front of me. She did say thank you. That seems like enough to me.
言葉だけで済ますほど私は正確な人間ではないぞ。
ちょっと姫、そうは言ってもこっちもやばいよ。急がないと会議に間に合わなくなるよ。
わかった。だが少し待っててくれ。
Your smile is thanks enough. I hardly did a thing, really.
そういうわけには。ポッケの中は昨日食べたチョコを包んでた銀紙か。なんでこんなものしかないのだ。
ほら早く早く。
You're in a hurry, right? No need to thank me at all, then.
そうだが、しかし
There's no need to make a fuss. Her gratitude is more than enough for me. Honestly, the big deal she's making out of this is starting to make me uncomfortable. If you really want to thank me, yeah, you can be my girlfriend in 10 years' time, okay? I gently pat her cat cap. Hopefully she'll accept this and go get on with her life. I'll see you in a decade. And he's gone.
行っちゃったでござるな。
ああ、行ってしまったな。
と、のんびり後ろ姿を見送ってる場合じゃないって。急ぐなりよ。しかも姫、着替えないといけないし。
着替えは生徒会室に置いてあるから大丈夫だが、遅刻をしたらカナにどやされる。
So we have a picture of the transfer student finally. Oh, really? What does it look like? Oh my god.
おっと、その前にこの折れた枝の始末と樹木の補修を頼んでおかないと。
早っ。マジ足早っ。電話しながら走っててあの速さとか信じらんない。それにしても先ほどの男、姫の腕を掴む瞬間まで5メートルは離れてたように見えたけど、まさかあの距離を一瞬で移動した。あはは、ありえないありえない。目の錯覚だな。
Like, this man has the potential to be a Chad among Chads. But he decides to listen to a magazine that tells, apparently is supposed to tell you how to become a playboy. I mean, I can see how this is gonna fucking work. Like, he just reminds me of a Toru. From Sakura and all that. Just reminds me 100% of him. Toru is such Chad material, but by fucking god, he pisses me off at the first part of the game. Then he murders a man because he was almost murders a man because he was blackmailing his girlfriend. Not his girlfriend. They weren't dating at the time. He simply liked her. But yeah, almost murdered the man. Anyways. I decided to take a long way around to avoid bumping into Pretty Boy in front of the school. It also meant I missed out on breakfast, however. Take my new smartphone out of my pocket and check the time. still got some leeway. Maybe I can pick up some bread from
おい
somewhere.
あそこにいるの会長じゃね？本当だ。これは朝からラッキーだぜ。なあ、今ちょうど一人みたいだし。無理無理。すっげえ可愛いけど、ものすっげえ可愛いけど、あの独特のオーラを突破できる気がしねえもん。
Follow the line of sight of the two boys and see a girl staring at the falling blossoms. Wonder who it is. Yeah. Her deep green school uniform perfectly complements the brilliant vista of pink. It's like something from a painting. Perhaps noticing me watching her, that aloof aura seems to relax a little.
おはようございます。朝早いんですね。
From the look of it, you must be early every day.
確かにそうですね。
Ignore that noise. They didn't need to. They didn't need to. They did not need to. They did not need to at all. They decided to anyways. I mean, I am going to save that in
セーブ
case.
します。
No, I'm just gonna like, hold on. Nah, let's not. Ignore that. Did they fucking... Yep, I did. You can't change it like that. That's annoying. Having finished our greeting, we naturally fall in line next to each other and start walking. Could this be it? I've always dreamed of walking into school together with a girl.
おい、どうなってんだよ。ここの会長が自分から声をかけたぞ。それより笑顔だった方が驚きだぜ。あの人、人前で笑うんだ。
どうしたんですか？すごくニコニコしてますけど。
I was happy to be able to walk into school with you like this, Kuragano. It's only natural it would make me smile. I've just moved here and I don't know anyone yet, after all. So I have to have made friends with someone as kind as you.
計算通り。
Sorry, what planet are you talking about?
いえ、なんでも。この町に来たばかりってお話ですが、もう駅前の桜は見ました？
Yeah, an incredible number of them, seriously.
桜花爛漫をもじって黄蘭市になったって聞いてます。蘭の花は時期が違うから、今は咲いてないのがたまに傷ですけど、ね。
She gives a shrug while tilting her head. Head, not hand. A girly gesture to the max. He's so cute! I'm in love with you, Kuragano.
私も大好きです。
With this town, she means. I'm in love too, just feel the disruptive power of that line. I know we're both talking about different things, but just getting to hear that line makes me feel super lucky. I am 100% sure this is going to be Total 2.0, possibly in worse. I mean, there were also like random like physical feats where it's like, okay, he just seemed normal, and then it's just like, what the fuck? And then they're like, yes, he's like, I don't know, this normal sportsman. A normal sportsman can't sit there and like fucking like, in Toto's case, break off the blade of a knife with his bare hands. I mean like a clean break.
それで、昨日お話ししてた月下会の生徒会室のことなんですが。
I did, of course. When do you want me?
今日は少し立て込んでますので、明日の放課後なんてどうでしょうか。
Okay, after school tomorrow, I'll be there.
それでは、私は生徒会室に使用があるので、先に行きますね。
Wait, really? I don't want to go all the way to school with her. Maybe we should pluck up the courage to tell her.
明日の放課後に、また。
Before I get the chance to say anything, she's already hurried off. Another chance wasted. We still have our date on the calendar, though. Something to look forward to, seeing her again tomorrow. That's the way to think about the situation.
これで37の方はよしっと。今日中に月下のプレゼンを固めましょう。あとは今週末の投票に備えるだけね。おはよう。 宿題やってきた？
あ、やば、忘れてた。
Yeah, she's cute. Oh, and so is she. All the girls are cute, just for being girls. All of them are cute. Korayano and Miss Kamagata are just like the cutest of the cute.
おい、あいつ何者だ？この辺じゃ見かけない制服だし、多分例の転入生なんじゃないか？じゃあ、あいつが 3-7？
Students around me all seem to be muttering about something. Even though there's a total of 4 different uniforms around me, two each for boys and girls, as I do stand out wearing my old school duds. My old school duds. Old school duds at the same time as well. This could easily turn into a repeat of yesterday if I'm not careful. Morning, can I ask you, are you currently seeing anyone?
ナンパ？朝っぱらからこんな校門前で？
Time and place are meaningless. This is where and when. This is just where and when we happen to meet, baby.
おい、どうやら3-7じゃなくてただのナンパ野郎みたいだぜ。それはそれでほっといていいのかよ。いいんじゃね。ナンパされて嬉しくねえ女なんていねえっつうし、そのうち守衛が追っ払ってくれんだろ。
Good, good. I've finally convinced him that I'm not 777. The perfect plan combining my personal interests with personal protection. Now to get down to business. Where'd you go? Female student I was just talking to is already gone. I want it taken care of. I'll take things more seriously from here. Time to put my game face on. Hey, the pretty lady, can I have a moment?
Huh?
Oh, bye. A girl with a characteristic long ponytail turns around. Miss oh my god, a uniform. You also go to the school.
名前混じっちゃってますよ。
ちょあの野郎よりによってゆずきちゃんに声かけやがった。ナンパされて嬉しくない女なんていないんだろ。じゃあほっとけよ。おま今すぐ守衛呼んでこい。てか守衛何やってんだ。さっきと態度違いすぎるんですけど。
それじゃあ私と同じ学年で、しかも元頼秀夫先生が担任なんだ。
It looks that way.
それは楽しみだね。
Huh? What is exactly?
それはね、やっぱり秘密。その方が面白いから。
This one. I already like this one. Hey, come on, tell me.
内緒。
あんな笑顔で内緒って内緒って。
Sounds like someone's dying back there.
落ち着け。涙が滝のように流れてんぞ。ゆずきちゃん、ちょっと守衛、こいつなんとかして。
Another view. Primal Hearts.
それでカッパは見つかったのか？いや、カッパじゃなくて3-7ス。一応キュウリは用意してみたんだけど、結局生えなかったわ。
Why is this entire student council just incompetent?
いや、だからカッパから離れてくれっす。ところで、さっき言ってた春日ちゃんを助けてくれた男の人って、この辺じゃ見かけない制服を着てたのよね。
そうでござるな。拙者の記憶にはない制服でした。
さっそうと現れて助けて名前も名乗らないとか、マジイケメンじゃねえっすかそいつ。顔は別段普通だったぞ。いやいや、顔も重要っすけど、ほとんど顔で判断するっすけど、まあほら、そういう行動イケメンも自分は大好物なんすよ。
ビッチさんは男なら誰でもいいんだな。
はあ？ふざけんなよ。男とか言ってちゃっかり自分も含めてんじゃねえぞ。
ひどい言いがかりだよ。とんでもない濡れ衣だよ、マジで。
二人とも話を戻すわね。
すんませんした。
それでね、春日ちゃんを助けてくれたお礼をどうしても直接言いたかったの。私もまだ礼が済んでないからな。会えるならまた会いたい。でしょうでしょ。だからね、心当たりがあるか近隣の学園に確認してみたんだけど、この時期に転入生はいないし、わざわざ遠方から来るようなイベントや対外試合なんかもしてないらしいのよ。
つまりどういうことっすか？
ひょっとしたら前の学園の制服を着てたのかもしれないということか。
でもさ、新しい制服が届くまで前の学校の制服を着てるっていうのは転入生のお約束みたいなもんで。
だが近隣に転入生は一人もいないのだろ。ええ、この学園以外に転入生はいないみたいね。
じゃあそいつ一体何者だったんすかね？
何って、それは。まさか37だった？
There we go. Now I'm in front of my new classroom. I'm waiting outside in the corridor for my big introduction as new transfer student. I was expecting this as a classic trope, but it's still kind of nerve-wracking.
話しやすいように先生が前振りするから、そしたら自己紹介をお願いね。
Why do I feel worried that you're gonna give the intro? Thank you, that's very kind.
困ったらすぐに言ってね。先生、君のためなら頑張っちゃうから。
Please don't try to hand me marriage papers while saying that.
竹脇君のキッチン。
She purses her lips while trying to weigh me down. He's very cute, but did I admit that out loud? She might actually drag my hand through the signature herself. I welcome that. Just stay quiet and let the moment pass. Whoops.
おはようみんな。おはようございます。
Follow our teacher into the classroom and the noise quickly dies down. It's amusing how it doesn't fall completely quiet, but there remains a hubbub of whispering. It's likely because Miss Motoyurugido has such a soft touch.
早速だけど、今日から新しいお友達が増えます。噂の転入生ですよね。そうなの。なんと彼はお笑いの本場関西から引っ越してきたのよ。
What? That's what I'm from at all.
ちゃんと場を温めておいたから頑張って。
She gives me a quick thumbs up. I try to bear a friendly smile. It was her idea of helping.
それじゃあ竹脇師匠お願いします。
I can't meet her expectations though. If I can't meet her expectations, will I have failed her as a man? I close my eyes, take a deep breath, and prepare for a dynamic action.
やっほー。
I open my eyes to see a girl sitting in the front row and waving right at me. What?
困ったってこと？それなら先生が助けないと。
Practice movements.
コマネチ。
Now the class actually does fall completely silent. What can I do? I'm stuck here in front of him, having to deal with the fallout of this comedy routine. Oh, god of comedy, why are you so cruel?
それじゃあこれな。うわー！
面白かったよ。さすがメイちゃん。だからもうこれ以上はやめて。マジで。
あ、本当に？
本当あまりの笑いで顔が引きつっちまったぜ。
ほら、先生がどっかん笑いを取ってる隙に席についちゃって。
Gives me another thumbs up. It really does seem like they seem to think they're finding it hilarious. I judge my new classmates, and I find them kind. I step down from the front of the class amid the ongoing hilarity. So this is what you were saying when... So this is what you were saying would be fun this morning. I was so surprised.
内緒にしてごめんね。でもあまりの偶然にちょっとだけ面白くなってきちゃってさ。
Yeah, crazy, isn't it? I mean, meeting it so many times like this, I call it an incident. I call it predestination, baby.
駒形さんの知り合いだったとは知らなかった。
知り合いっていうか、昨日会ったばっかりというか、でももうこれで3度目かな。
This guy showing up ruined my air wine glass toast. It only saved you by making her fucking not notice it. Hold on, I met this guy this morning, didn't I?
拙者の名前は水乗り弘。二次元をこよなく愛するナイスガイだよ。
Someone says nice guy at this point. All I can think of is Gakto. And that is not Gakto.
さっきは中途半端になっちゃったから、姫を助けてもらった礼をここで改めて言わせてもらうね。
So there's the guy. First Kumagata, now this. Oh, really is a small place. I need to tell you my name.
知ってる知ってる。この学園にいるやつは全員知ってる。だっておめえ超有名人だもん。
Famous me?
ま、とりあえず席に座れや。ちょうどうちの隣が空いてっから。
From her uniform, I peg her as a Bartendo supporter. Yes. Yes. She's wearing a garter belt over the plump thighs extending from her short pleated skirt. Quite erotic for school. Her hair is brown and she even has sparkling laminates on her nails.
うちの名前は神塚みち。みんなはビッチって呼んでるけど、まあよろしく。
What, bitch? I didn't say that loud, did I?
いや、言ってねえよ。でもそう思ったろ。
No, I wasn't. Definitely not. Don't judge people on their appearances. You don't like that nickname, can you? You can't like that nickname, can you?
だってビッチさんは見た目だけじゃなくて中身もビッチだから。何せ彼氏が31人もいるし。
What? Are you trying for all 31 flavors?
数が多いと誰が誰だか混乱してくるんだって。だから日替わりで会えば日付と顔が紐付けられるらしいよ。
What about 30-day months? And February? What about February? And the 31st guy only gets a showing once every 2 months too?
ビーチさんは男の気持ちとか都合とかそういうのどうでもいい人だからね。
うっせえぞカス。てめえはアニメ人形とだけ喋ってろカス。
ほらな、イケメン以外は人間扱いしないから要注意だぜ。
Wow, that's scary. Probably verging on the side of pond slime myself. Homeroom finishes and lesson starts.
テキストの58ページを開いてください。今日からは分子間の結合について学習します。まずは
That's something we already covered in my previous school, so material is no issue. But I'm faced with a different problem. I haven't received my textbooks yet. I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure what to do. I look around the room.
よくわからないよ。
Her incredible ponytail is bobbing up and down like normal. It's fun seeing her trying to wrap her head around intermolecular coupling. If you got to share a textbook movie, it would also be a chance to get closer. Two birds with one stone. Instead, Miss Quaggat is sitting at the front, and I'm sitting at the back. There doesn't seem any way around that. Mizunori is using his textbook as a shield and messing around with the figure of a pretty girl. If that's all he's using it for, maybe he'd lend it to me. There's too much distance to share with him either. Can I help you with something? Our eyes meet for a moment, and then I quickly look away. She had been looking at me already, or should I say glaring. I can still feel her eyes on me. Could it be without even realizing I've been doing something that Bichi doesn't like? She has 31 to choose from. At least one boyfriend has to be a bruiser. Am I gonna get pummeled behind the bike shed for making eyes at this girl? So scary.
教科書ねえんだろ。だから教科書。
Ah, yes. I mean, no, I don't, ma'am. Ma'am? I feel like I'm stumbling over every word.
先生、転入生が教科書ないんで、うちの見せてやってもいいっすか？
うん。担任からまだ受け取って、ああ、そうか。このクラスの担任は元ゆる義堂先生だったが、仕方ない。後で私からも言っておく。
What? You haven't received them from your homeroom, teacher? Considering who that is, I'm not surprised, actually, thinking about it.
すまんが、神塚。この授業中は転入生に見せてやってくれ。
ラジャース。
That, Beach shovels her desk over to mine. Could this be? I've always dreamt of studying at a desk alongside a girl. That girl wearing a bitch with a rogues gallery of 31 boyfriends. I would be loving this.
ほらよ。見えるか？
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
別にいいよ。それよか、なんで教科書ないって自分で言わねえの？
I don't want to bring the class to a halt over my own personal stuff.
じゃ、授業を止めたうちは悪い子だな。
No, not at all. You said it for me, and it really helped me. It really helped me out. Putting aside her appearance and number of boyfriends, maybe she's actually a nice person.
周りをキョロキョロ見る前に、まずは隣に聞くべきだと思うけど。
Alright, I'm sorry.
ま、うちはこんな見た目してっし、教科書持ってねえと思われても仕方ねえけどさ。で、ちゃんと見えてっか？
Yeah, I sure can. A theory. That textbook is in my field of view, but for some reason her ample bosom is the main thing I seem to be studying. No, stop. Can't do this. Quickly look away.
そんなに顔背けてたら見えねえだろ。もっとこっち来いよ。
Oh, I can see everything I need to. All the lacy blackness.
しゃあねえな。教科書がないって言い出せないことといい。おめえってかなりシャイなんだな。
With that, Beach moves even closer to me. Shy? No, me, not at all. I'm known as a faithful lady killer. So please, don't get any closer, man.
プレイボーイならこんな程度で慌てねえっつーの。
I can barely handle talking with girls, getting the full for shows, but too much reaction! I need to get accustomed to this, of course, so I might never be able to seduce anyone. But no, it's no good. I'm too embarrassed.
真っ赤になっちゃって面白い。ほれほれ。
She pushes her arms together and accentuate her breasts. The soft swelling of her bosom is pressed together by her arms, making her breasts look even larger. Oh boy. I'm just enjoying making me squirm.
いや、そんなことねえよ。 人聞き悪いなもう。
I wasn't sure what Peachy said. What got Peachy so turned on to me. But after those first glares for the rest of the lesson, she seemed to be very much enjoying herself. Finally, recess. Having to deal with Peachy really whittled down my HP, so... But at least that's over. I better head to the staff room and get my textbooks.
いたいた37君、今回は逃がさないからね。それでさ、月下に投票してくれるんだよね。
いや、天道に入れてくれるよな。
As soon as I hit the corridor, I'm immediately mobbed. Things are quickly turning into a repeat of yesterday. If anything, now that it's a weekday, the mob might be getting a whole lot bigger. Oh man, what did I do? If things keep up like this, I'm gonna spend my entire school life on the run. Let's off my head up quickly.
私と一緒に部活しよう。きっと楽しいと思うよ。
Will you date
い
me?
や、それは無理。だって私彼氏いるし。
Dump that first turtle, huh? But I know another few new counters just around the counter.
37君って結構めげない人なんだね。
自分から誘ってきたくせに彼氏持ちなんて。やっぱり女なんて信用できないだろ。男同士が一番だよな。
Why do I feel unsafe? Sorry, but don't play with the other team, man. Please don't take my arm like that!
ひどいよ、手塚くん。僕って彼氏がいながら、他の男に手を出すなんて。ラケットの形は似てるけど、シャトルとボールじゃ、やっぱり分かり合えないんだね。手塚くん、素敵。すげえ、さすが手塚のゾーンだ。その場を一歩も動かず、どんな男でも簡単に惚れさせちまうとは。
It makes it sound like some kind of special move, but all he did was throw a wink.
さあ37、この手を当たり、僕と一緒に大空へ羽ばたこうじゃないか。
男だか女だかわかんねえ部は突っ込んでろ。
ひどいよ。それって私のこと言ってるの？もう聖天使猫姫的にはプンプン。
They did more crazy clips today than yesterday.
あらあら、これは何の騒ぎなの？
Fluffy, chestnut-colored hair, perfect features, and even more perfect proportions. She looks mild-mannered too. The ideal old sister type just turned up.
あ、カンナ先輩、ちょうどいいとこに来てくれました。今37君の取り合いになってて。
なるほど。それじゃあこの騒ぎも仕方ないわね。でもね、これだけ騒がしいと他の生徒たちにも迷惑がかかるから、みんなこの場は少し落ち着いてほしいな。カンナ
先輩がそう言うなら、私たちはすぐに引き上げます。
ありがとう。月下の人たちもそれでどうかしら。
そんな調子いいこと言って、その隙に37を天道に引き込むつもりだろ。
あら、そんなことはしないわよ。でもそこは私を信用してもらうしかないわね。それでどうかしら。
なんだこの笑顔は。俺は女に興味なんてないはずなのに。
ここは引いとけって。カンナさんを敵に回したら男子どころか女子たちからもソース感食らうぜ。
天道はもちろんだけど、月下にもあの人のファンが多いんだからさ。そんなことあなたも分かってるでしょ。
ごめんなさいね。都合がいいことを言ってるのは分かってるのよ。
わかったな。この場はカンナに任せる。
あ、よかった。私のわがままを聞いてくれてありがとう。
頭を上げてください。騒がしかったのは事実ですから、こっちが悪いんですし。
それでは失礼する。
The students who appear to be Gekka all depart the scene.
さすがカンナ君だ。これで月下に一歩リードできたね。さあ、思う存分彼を
あら、勧誘はしないわよ。だってそういう約束だもの。
そうなんですか？
それじゃあなたたちも教室に戻ってね。
はい。
The Tendo students all leave without any further hassle. That was incredible. The ruckus has been replaced by peaceful silence.
はじめまして。3年のカンナカナです。
She turns to face me. Her fluffy hair bounces as she turns to face me. Her fluffy hair bounces and her short pleated skirt twirls elegantly.
天道会で副会長をしているの。これからよろしくね。
Vice President. Extraordinary presence, and the way she handled that situation back there, I was sure she was the president. She's the Vice President. Just what is the president like?
想像しくてごめんなさい。でもね、みんな悪気があったわけじゃないの。
I understand that, but after yesterday it was a bit much to go through this again today.
もうこんなことがないように私からも各部へお願いしておくから許してちょうだいね。
Thank you so much. You're the best gunner. I think I'm in love.
あら、立脇くんって聞いてたより面白い子なのね。
What? She just sidestepped me completely. You know, I'd have to stick to the Bible.
それでね、私がここに来たのは今朝、春日ちゃんを助けてもらったお礼を。タイミングが悪かったみたいね。どうしようかしら。あ、そうだ。
Claps her hands together in front of her chest.
お昼休みなんだけど、立脇くんのスケジュールって空いてる？
She invited me to eat with her. That's my chance. I have to land this one. How much do you do? I'd bunk off class right now for you, baby.
あらあら、授業は真面目に聞かないと目ですよ。
She puffs her cheeks up. What a way to express anger. She's angry with me, but I can't hold back a smile. I'm sorry, I'll be good and pay attention.
いい子ね。それじゃあまたお昼休みに会いましょ
う。He gets like so stupidly lucky with this like playboy act right now, and I hate it because it encourages him. Kinda leaves with a smile like an angel. Eventually, Miss Motoyurugido turned up with my textbooks. Finally, the promised lunchtime arrives.
話はカンナさんから聞いてる。今から天道の生徒会室に案内すっからついてこいな。
If you just tell me the way, I'll find it myself. I want to take a look around too.
ま、案内してやるって言ってんだから遠慮すんなって。うちとおめえの仲だろ。
いつの間にそんな中に立脇知ってビッチさんみたいなビッチが好みなの？
Nah, she's got 31 boyfriends. I want to get all my love. I want to give all my love to a single woman without sharing her with anyone.
ひどい。うちのおっぱいガン見してたくせに。
There's a difference between sexual and romantic attraction. I looked, but who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? But I stopped. I'm sorry!
真っ赤になっちゃって、やっぱ面白いな。
Crocodile tears! I think I came through here when I got lost yesterday.
この建物が天道会の生徒会室だよ。
It's a trapezoid structure with a glass facade, not looking much like what I expected from a student council office. It has a carefully manicured garden and even a barrier-free slope, looking more like a funky overseas startup. The interior is also unified with a modern design. The sofa looks like real leather and the desk in the back looks big, like a special order.
おう、よく来たな。
Little girl in the middle of the room addresses me right away. I almost can't believe she's wearing a Tendo uniform. Dear about her from Beachy on the way over. Apparently it is the president of Tendo.
なんだ？私の顔に何かついているか？
Can I ask, are you actually the president? I mean, are you really a student here?
まあ、おめえの言いたいこともわかっけどよ。姫は正真正銘天道会21代目の生徒会長だぜ。
よく子供と勘違いされるからね。この前なんて見ず知らずのおばあちゃんからアメちゃんもらってたし。
Apparently the MC shows up in the second game, and this one is like the canon choice. Like her.
お前たちまで。でも、可愛いでしょ？
I see. So she's like your mascot.
いや、ちげえよ。こう見えてマジで言うの。姫が会長になったおかげで天道会がイケイケになったし。
アイディア、カリスマ、能力、どれも抜群だからね。
それまでは去年会長になった倉賀野さんに押されっぱなしだったものね。
Kuragono. Would that be Sera Kuragono?
あら、月下会会長の倉賀野さんとお知り合いだったのね。
Kuragono is the president of Gekka. Well, it really is a small place. Too small, maybe.
積もるお話もあるでしょうし、私はお茶の用意をするわね。
Kana hums to herself while getting a tea set ready. Excellent! Even your tea pouring looks amazing.
確かにカナは美人だが、そこまであからさまに鼻の下を伸ばされると、朝の紳士と同一人物かと疑いたくなるな。
Hey, you're stunning too.
そうか？
10 years, sure. Gonna get kicked.
私、お前嫌い。
That's so. What are you gonna do? Throw a tantrum? Gently pat her on the head.
やめろって、ちょっと。
Back in the boonies, I often patted the heads of local kids like this. Ah, this takes me back. Pat, 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 pat. Her eyes narrow a little. She seems quite like it. I get nervous around women, but I can't handle dogs and children without any problems. Seem to be in a bit of a mood now.
しまった。ついされるがままに。
Phrasing. Good girl, good girl.
子供扱いするな。
Oh no. Oh there! She unleashes a barrage of punches towards me, but with the difference in our reaches, she can't land any of
こ
them.
んにゃろ、こんにゃろ。
You can't touch me.
ちくちょ
おいおい、あの姫がじゃれ合ってんだけど。
あ、やっぱそう見えた？すごいよね。姫をあんな風に扱う人、この学園で見たことないよ。
I'm gonna go eat lunch anyway.
待て、まだ用が済んでいない。今度は時間もあるんだ。朝の礼をちゃんと受け取ってもらうぞ。
It wasn't anything, honestly. Just forget about it. I mean, here we are, just a few hours after I delivered that cool line about meeting again in 10 years. I'm not feeling especially cool about any of this.
昼ご飯だったら学食に注文すればいいよ。電話すればここに持ってきてくれるから。
おう、それはいい考えだ。では朝の礼ということで私が支払おう。
Hold on. I can't accept that. I haven't fallen so low that I need a child to pay like this for my meals.
はーい、お茶をどうぞ。
Oh, thank you so much. There's more than enough of a display of gratitude. I don't know when the next time is. I'll get tea poured by Kana.
いや、誰にでも入れてくれるし。
はい、小塚さんは美容にいいお茶でいいのよね。
な？わか
った。お前がそれでいいと言うならそうしよう。
Finally, we've come to terms.
すまんな。お前を困らせたかったわけじゃないんだ。そういうわけでみんなもそれでいいな。
Looks like the incident from this morning is finally resolved. It's been bugging me since it happened, like an itch I can't scratch.
それにしてもこの件だけじゃないが、お前は欲がない男だな。
Huh? Trust me, I want plenty. Mostly what I want is a girlfriend, of course.
そうか？もし今のお前と同じ立場だったら好き勝手に要求してきかねない連中を私はたくさん知っている。それに比べればお前は全くの無欲と言っていい。
もし37が欲まみれだったらある意味簡単に籠絡できたんだけどね。
I need to ask about that. Why does everyone call means 777.
知らねえの？マジで？
ひょっとして最後の一票を握ってるっていうのも？
Deciding vote for what?
ねえ、これってどうなのかしら。
どう考えてもチャンスでしょう。結果を出し抜くためにもあることないことを吹き込むしかないでしょ
いや、でもあいつを騙すみたいなのはちょっと。
姫、どうしたんすか？いつもみてえにガンガンいかねえんすか？
They've all started whispering amongst themselves. Hey, I'm still here.
ほらん、やっぱりご飯食べとく？拙者がおごろうか？
その方向？
暑いな。今日はすげえ暑い。この部屋暑いっすよね。もう服脱いじゃおっかな。
ごめんなさいね。すぐに空調調節するわ。
そうじゃなくて、うちのナイスバディで37をっすね。
ミッチはそっちの方向だったのか。
つーかノリ、なんで飯なんだよ。てめえの BMI 基準で物事考えてんじゃねえぞ。
ビッチさんこそお色気攻撃とかリアル女に興味ない拙者からすればただ気持ち悪いだけだよ。
はあ、グダグダだな。まあ仕方あるまい。こう見えてこいつらアドリブが苦手だからな。よし、とりあえず隠し事はなしだ。全部を正直に話した方が私たちらしいだろ。
They proceed to explain to me how the vote is split evenly with Gekka, and now I'm holding the tiebreaker ballot.
半分ずつに票が分かれてそのままずっと均衡を保つなんて学園の歴史上なかったことだからね。
Whoops, that got rid of the text box.
全生徒数が偶数というのがそもそも問題といえば問題だったのだが、
そこはしゃあないんじゃねえすか。こんな奇跡みたいな状態は学園側も把握してなかったと思うすよ。
だからそんな状態を変えられる立脇くんにみんな期待しているの。
I see, I understand the situation now.
それで立脇、お前はどちらを支持するんだ？
Does this mean Kana and Kuragano are going to get into a pitched battle for my intentions?
え？
They'll be competing over me, saying I belong to them. This sounds incredible. Oh, hold on. I'll said all that out loud.
全部ダダ漏れてるだろ。というか、なんで会長の私を差し置いてカナなんだ？
Do you even have to ask, kiddo?
お前嫌い。
Try getting it the news. In any case, it's a pretty crazy situation. A big responsibility for me. Depending on how things go, I could also face reprisals from the side that loses. Hold on, there's a big problem here. If you choose to support Tendo, I might be able to get closer to Kana and beat you. But what about Kuragano and Miss Komagata? On the other hand, if I support Gekka, I might be able to get closer to Kuragano and Miss Komagata. But what about Kana and Bichi? Trying to decide which to pick is going to give me an aneurysm.
あれ、真剣に苦悩してる？それじゃ、さっきのは冗談だった？
Of course, this isn't so big it could change the lives of every student.
おお、そうだ、そうなんだ。
What to do, I can't bring myself to choose.
せっかく天道を支持してくれても、もし負けたりしたら、その人の望みは叶えられなくなる。
I got home with the elegant, dark-haired Kuragano and the energetic Miss Komagata. I just look over in Discord and the only thing is that I see is Kita just saying, Beast, you wouldn't hide your horny for any fucking teacher unless they're a complete bitch. Yes. But yeah, I do not like this main character.
私にとってはあまたある中のいっぱいだとしても、その人にとっては人生を左右するくらい大きな議題だったのかもしれない。
The thing, the small one, is probably her talking tender with the kindly big sister type Hana and full-on sex pot bitchy. I have to get up to.
だから勝つにしろ負けるにしろ天道を支持してくれている人が納得できるようなそんな言動を
Whoops.
常々したいと思っているのだ。
It's really difficult. We should choose. Should just pick based on their uniforms.
お前が言うように10年後じゃないけれどいずれ過去を振り返った時にこの学園に入ってよかったそんな風に思ってもらいたいから。
No, I'd regret making this choice carelessly. Yeah, sure thing.
分かってくれたか。なんだお前いいやつじゃないか。
I was deep in thought, so I might have missed one or two things she said. Thing about glad to have joined the school. I agree with that. I'm
そ
probably
のために私は
something about glad to have joined the school. I agree with that, so I'm probably in the clear.
常に全力で取り組んでいる。
Me too, at least chatting up girls.
そうかお前も私と同じなんだな。よかったわね。春日ちゃんの持論をここまで支持してもらえるなんて。
縦脇おめえってさ、ちょっとシャイすぎっけど、それは根がまっすぐってことなんだな。
拙者感動で前が見えないでござる。同じ考えを共有できる人に巡り会えるなんて、これが同志というやつなのか。
They seem pretty excited about whatever I just agreed to. I didn't just agree to support Tendo, did I?
違うんか？
No, I mean, this isn't really the place to decide something so important. I don't even know what the issue on the table is.
学食のメニューを月下一押しのカレーか天道一押しのナポリタンどちらにするのかっていう投票なのよ。
Wow, they sure do vote on everything. I get that the students are involved with running the school, but if we're voting on this, then it must get down to some seriously minute details.
姫と考え方が同じなんだからこっちに決めちゃっていいと思うけど。
まあ待て縦脇の言うことも一理ある。結論を今すぐに出せというのは早急すぎたかもしれない。そうね明日から再選挙の公示が始まるしそこで選挙への流れや支持の方法なんかもわかると思うからそれから決めてもらうのが筋よね。私たちがどういうアピール方法でナポリタンを押していくのかしっかり見ててくれ。
Okay, I'll think it over carefully before I make my decision.
それで頼む。
Is she confident she can sway me, or does she just accept things that easily? In any case, I'm gonna think carefully before making any decisions about what this little kid has asked me.
じゃ生徒会のことは置いといて参考程度に聞くけどさ純粋におめえはどっちが好きな？
I've had to pick one. I've had spaghetti before. I've never had curry. So I'm gonna go spaghetti. It's gotta be spaghetti. The Napoleon spaghetti. The ketchup sauce is just the best. The memories from my childhood add an extra layer of seasoning, and the flavor sets it apart from the more modern pasta dishes. Conveying the flavor in a cafe with how Mom used to make it is great for a hit of nostalgia too. Sometimes I just want to tuck into a big bowl of it and not stop. Sorry, I'll just talk about food. Thinking about it, I haven't eaten anything since morning. I really need to eat.
確かに腹が空いたなり。まだお昼ご飯食べてないもんね。というわけでもう話なんて終わりにしてご飯食べよう。拙者とんかつ定食大盛りを頼むでござるよピッポパ。
なんでてめえは飯時だけ急に俊敏になるんだよ。普段からそのぐらいキビキビ動けや。
カツを食べて勝つか縁起がいいじゃないか。私はサラダだけで十分だからシーザーサラダでお願いね。
うちはエビマヨな。
了解でござる。立脇氏は何にする？
I can't really make a decision without seeing a menu.
じゃあとんかつで。同じメニューだと出前来るのが早いからさ。
Hold on, at least let me see a menu.
もう頼んじゃった。だってグズグズしてたらいつまでもご飯来ないよ。
If the weight of my vote is to my belly, be a little gentler on it!
まあまあ、とんかつが来るまでのつなぎに、拙者秘蔵のポテチ食べていいから許してよ。
Snacks before lunch?
こういうのって別腹だからね。ああ、早くとんかつ来ないかな。バリバリむしゃむしゃ。
Yeah, already? You do move fast when it comes to food!
あ、そうだ。ちょうどキュウリがあったのを忘れてたわ。実はたくさんあって困ってたから、みんなで食べてほしかったのよね。
I don't know about you, but some salted cucumber does sound pretty good right now. I am feeling rather hot. It's fucking sweat. I'm fucking sweating despite being in the fucking basement in front of a ventilator. Fan. The English word is fan, not ventilator. That she brings in a box of cucumbers. Why have you got so much cucumber?
なんつうか、すげえあれになった気分っすね。そうよね。あれな気分よね。
キュウリ嫌いなんで拙者の分も縦分けしどうぞ。
Hold on, I'm not a veggie disposal.
元はといえば豚のりのイラストのせいじゃねえか。てめえが食え。ほら食え。
ひゃー、こんなの食べたら髪の毛抜けちゃうよ。
At school, with all the classes finished for the day, finished writing up my notes and stretch. There's no one else here. Look around and realize I'm all alone in the classroom. I was pretty absorbed in organizing my thoughts, I guess. I don't take the time to keep on top of classes, tasks like this. They only get more annoying the later you leave them. Some trash on the floor. In fact, it's pretty messy everywhere. This classroom has been good to me today, so I can at least leave it clean. Just cleaned up on instinct.
あれ、立脇さん、こんな時間に何をやって？
Kurakuno was standing in the doorway, peeking in.
お掃除？
Yeah, I didn't want to leave it messy.
教室のお掃除は業者さんに頼んでいるので、生徒はゴミ捨てしかしないはずなんですが。
Oh, then no. That explains why everyone just vanished with the bell.
ところで、どうしてお掃除を？
Students had to clean at my school, so it's a habit. I couldn't relax until I'd done it.
クラスメイトたちからは何も言われなかったんですか？
They left before I even noticed, to be honest.
今日が初日でしたけど、この学園に馴染めそうですか？もし問題があるようなら、議題にあげますけど。
Hold on, does she think maybe I'm not getting along with my class? No, this is totally on me. I just got wrapped up in writing my notes. My classmates all seem great. I'll be fine.
それならよかった。
Yeah, that was a close one. I chose my words poorly and gave her the wrong idea. She was about to add something like that to the agenda. Really?
他に問題はありませんか？
Well, maybe just the fact I don't really know where anything is in the school yet.
それなら、学園の地図を携帯電話に転送しましょうか。
That'll be a big help. Although I only just got the smartphone at the recommendation of our friends, I don't really know how to use it.
あ、私と同じ機種ですね。これ結構癖があるんで、使っている人ほとんどいないんですよ。
Is there gonna be a phone button? Really? I scammed.
でも、慣れると一番使いやすいんで、私もおすすめです。これなら操作がわかるから、よかったら教えますよ。
That sounds great. Looks like I made the right decision buying this one. What a stroke of luck.
ここをタップすると、アプリがインストールされるんです。
She's so close to me. Smooth black hair is wreathed in the clean fragrance of soap. Why is it that girls' hair always smells so nice? It's like they have some kind of special chemical reaction going on that guys just don't.
それから、こうやってスワイプすると、メニューが切り替わるんで、よく使うアプリは、ここに登録しておくといいですよ。
Not just her hair either. Her eyelashes are so long and the skin looks so delicate and smooth. I knew she was beautiful from the moment I met her. But seeing her in close-up, she's absolutely stunning.
どうしました？
No, I'm fine. I've got the controls now. Thanks so much. Too embarrassed to tell her I was captivated. As a playboy, though, I really should be able to deliver to such lines. You're not a fucking playboy. Stop it.
もし何かわからないことがあったらいつでも聞いてくださいね。
You've helped me so much already, Kuragano. Thanks.
いえいえ、生徒会長として当然のことですから。
Maybe I should actually read that one. Fuck. Is that why she's done so much for me then? Guess it makes sense. There's nothing personal involved here. Ashamed to admit it, but that's reality.
それじゃあ、今から生徒会の活動があるので行きますね。
Sure, I'll see you tomorrow. Seda's view. Someone using the same smartphone as me.
私が言うのもなんだけど、彼って変わり者なのかしら。ねえ、あれ会長よね。
本当だ。相変わらず颯爽としてるね。
As I walk towards the student council office, I hear voices murmuring around me. But none of them speak to me directly. People seem to think I'm cold and unapproachable. But it's too late to change that label now.
結果さえ出せば、誰も文句を言わないわ。
I mutter as if to reassure myself.
お待たせしました。
会長が遅れてくるなんて、これは珍しい。
That comment, wearing meeting begins.
何か問題でも起こったか？
いえ、別に。
ほう。では、ただたるんでいるだけということか。この学園に多額の寄付をしている名家。倉賀野のお嬢さんだから会長をさせてもらっているというのに。やれやれ、こんなことでは僕が会長をした方がいいみたいだな。そう思いませんか？元ゆるぎ堂先生。はい。
私は元ゆるぎ堂先生、校内美化の件ですが、ここにまとめたレポートがあります。チェックしまーす。ふむ。要点もまとまってるし、目的も明確だし、さすが倉賀野さん。それじゃ、承認員押しちゃうね。いえ、まだ備考欄が埋まってません。そこは、五明さんの担当なので。あ、そうだったね。五明くん、できてる？
できているわけがなかろう。この話を聞いたのが今日の昼休みだぞ。
でも、倉賀野さんは君の倍以上の仕事だったけど、もうできてるの？
I get fucked.
やっぱり優秀な人が会長の方がいいよね。私も楽できるし。にらまないでよ。このピリピリした空気やだよ。どうして私、結果会の顧問なんてやらされてるの？
Kuragano has taught me how to use a smartphone. I have access to a map. Head towards my destination. Just following the GSP navigation directions.
目的地周辺に到着しました。案内を終了します。
Oh, really here. Technology is crazy nowadays. This terminal that fits in my hand can make calls, check mails, and has a camera, and navigation, and the internet. Take a stroll through the destination supermarket. I'll pick up the rice and miso that I need later. First I decide to just take a look around. Oh, these eggs are pretty cheap. Vegetables are cheaper back home. On top of all the regular foodstuffs, they have a lot of rarer things that I've never really seen before. Even the supermarkets look like some kind of designer store in the city. What a big round eggplant. Of Italy. I'll eat it with some cheese, ham, and a little oil. Salad oil would work. I'd rather have some olive oil. And some guy always goes for the olive oil. That's a final splash to a dish, or even mix different types together. One bottle is packed with infinite possibilities. See, you just do this here and boom, solved. Wow, how amazing! Solving such a difficult question with such ease. Female student displayed today by me. I'm not just good at solving math problems, math equations. I'm also going to solve the equation of your heart, baby. Feeding myself delusions of love is a great way to make studies fly along. Make my studies fly along. I'm not really ready to help a girl study when this daydream comes to reality. If I'm not ready to help a girl study when this daydream becomes reality, I'll look like a complete screw-up. I finished brushing up for tomorrow anyways, so it's time to hit the sack. Ah, crap, look at the time. I came to bring your handkerchief back. I finished drying while I was at school, so I wanted to get it back to you right away.
それなら明日学園で渡してくれてもよかったのに。帰って気を使わせちゃったみたいで悪いね。
I need to eat dinner too, so no problem. This is just a bonus. I did some shopping at the supermarket show, but that stuff will keep. Nothing wrong with the little white lie.
立脇くんって律儀な人なんだね。あとごめんなさい。また入り口でおしゃべりしちゃった。
With the long ponytail swinging, she briskly leads me to a seat at the counter.
私のおすすめはね、このドイツ風ハンバーグ&サラダセットだよ。今割引中だからお得なんだ。
I'll go with that then.
了解しました。
She's so full of energy. Not to mention the incredible smile. Makes my heart ache, seriously.
相変わらず可愛いよな、ゆずきちゃん。いつも元気いっぱいだし、あの笑顔を見てるとこっちまで元気になってくるよな。俺なんて彼女目当てに毎日通ってるんだぜ。
Oops. The other customers, mainly the men, are also looking at Miss Komagata, eyes narrowed in quiet happiness. I agree with them wholeheartedly.
はーい、お待ちどうさま。ドイツ風ハンバーグ&サラダセットよ。あら、どうしたの？私の美しさに見とれちゃったのかしら。
A man wearing a frilly apron, completely at odds with his muscular body, comes over to my tray. The nameplate on his chest reveals that he's the owner of the place. For a moment there, I thought I'd been transported to a totally different sort of a kind of establishment. They've got some pasta on the side of the hamburger steaks and coffee for this price. That's reasonable, I have to say. I recover quickly and chat with the owner.
でしょでしょ。期間限定のトレビアンのセットなの。
Fuck off. Do not say that phrase. I've heard it way too many times watching Seto no Tsukaima. I don't know why I did that weird twirl thing, and I fucked it up even. I'm not cool if you haven't guessed it. Flat for a dope up. Oh, fuck.
特におすすめなのがこのソーセージ。私が愛情込めて手作りしたのよ。
Yeah, sausage is homemade. What is sausage exactly?
そりゃ一番ラブが表現しやすい部分だからよ。それじゃ楽しんでいってね。
Spins around on the spot and heads back towards what I assume is the kitchen. We're playing to the stereotype. I'd better eat this, including the sausage, before it gets cold.
お前それマジ超やべえ。つか超マジやべえ。
あ、いらっしゃいませ。
お、しょぼい店の割にレベル高え子雇ってんじゃん。なあ、おめえ名前なんての？
何名様ですか？
なあなあ、名前教えろって。
Looks like some pretty rough types have just entered the restaurant.
何名様ですか？
はあ？見りゃわかんだろ、3人だよ。たく、何急にしけた面になってんだ。 おめえの面が怖えからビビってんじゃねえの？
たく、お前ら少しは俺みてえに大人になれっての。俺、ウインナーコーヒー生クリームたっぷりな。
当店ではウインナーコーヒーは取り扱っておりません。
ああ、ねえとかありえねえからマジで。てか、コーヒーに生クリーム入れりゃいいだけだべ。たく、んなこともわかんねえのが。店員の教育なってねえんじゃねえの？
急に切れるおめえの方がよっぽどガキじゃねえか。なあ、お姉ちゃん。
あ、
You aren't listening, just shouting and making Miss Komagato uncomfortable. The customer service industry has to deal with all types, of course. But the other customers already here are also looking at them with annoyance.
それではこちらのお席へ。
おい、さっきから名前教えろっつってんだろがよ。
話してください。
Miss Komagato tries to show them to a table. As Miss Komagato tries to show them to a table, one of them forcibly grabs her arm.
あいつら、ゆずきちゃんによくも。許せないよな。あ？何見てんだこれ。
なんか文句でもあんのか？あるやつはかかってこいよ。
Oops. Here's your coffee order.
だてめえは。
That is what you ordered, correct?
なんだこりゃ。コーヒーにウインナーぶち込んだだけじゃねえか。
I jumped out in front of them without thinking. Now I'm so scared I think my knees are knocking, but I can't back down. This coffee is a very special creation. The Venus sausage was made by the attentive hands of the very owner of this restaurant.
豆知識聞いてねえよ。何そのどうでもいい情報。
それ以前にコーヒーにウインナーの油がプカプカ浮いてて飲めねえだろこんなの。
You have a good eye, sir. The fact this is what makes this concoction such a delicacy.
もしかしてコクが増すとかそういうやつなのか？
Please, sir, where would you get such an idea? We're all living in a fine dining comic strip.
なんでドヤ顔してんのこいつ。
No need to worry. We haven't touched I haven't touched the coffee part yet.
コーヒーにはってどういうこと？何？ソーセージはかじったんか？
Oh, barely a nibble. You can hardly tell, I promise.
しっかりかじってんじゃねえかこの野郎。なめやがってぶっ飛ばされてんのか？
Exactly what they look like. Short-tempered thugs. As I planned, however, their attention is focused on me now. I just need to draw them aside and run for my frickin'
おい
life.
たはそこまでよボーイたち。これ以上続けるなら私が相手になるわ。
このオカマが店長。つかなんだそのフリフリがついたエプロンは。おえマジキメ。
Oh boy, they're dead.
おいこらカマ店長さんよ。このウェイトレス全然愛想ねえんだけど、サービス悪すぎだろ。俺たち客だぜ。
客が店を選ぶように店にだって客を選ぶ権利があるのよ。あんたらみたいな常識知らずなんて客じゃないの。
てめえ客は神様だろうがよ。
Oh, you're a god! 3 deities are blessing us with their presence. Is that it?
何しゃべとってんだこの野郎。
You're a god, right? I've never seen a god before. I have to get a photo. Can you take a selfie with me next? Throw up a peace sign.
なんだこいつの強引さは。
Come on, at least give me a smile. You're not a very accommodating deity, are you?
ふざけんなよ。てめえマジでぶっ飛ばす。
なんて下品な言葉遣いなの。そんな神様なんてうちのお店ではお断りよ。
なんだこのバカ力。やめろ。下ろせって。
The owner picks up 2 of them by the scruff of their neck and carries them out towards the exit. Clearly all his muscles aren't just for show.
これ以上やるって言うなら私にも考えがあるわよ。
どうすんだよ。殴んのか？俺たちは泣く子も黙るデビルサタンだぞ。
Amner! I definitely remember a name that corny. Surely devils are already Satanists? I'm pretty sure it's part of their job description. No. Don't think so. Can you say that devils are Satanists? And Satanism is the worship of demons?
いやねえ暴力だなんて野蛮なことはしないわ。
Oops.
ちょっと可愛がってあげるだけよ。
Takes out a tube from his pocket.
これはね
ワセリンって言ってスムーズにインするためのラブアイテムなの。
インするってどこにだよ。
いやねえ、そんなの決まってるじゃない。おらズボン下ろしてシュートせや。
The three of them run for it, covering their behinds as they go for good measure. The restaurant is filled with applause.
すっきりしたよ。ありがとう。ナイス筋肉だった。
Seems other customers are happy with the outcome. Can't see this having any adverse effects on business. Everything turned out well in the end.
失礼しました、お客様たち。それでは引き続きお食事をお楽しみください。
店長怖かったですよ。
ミスユズキ、よく頑張ったわね。ごめんなさい、調理場にいたせいですぐに気づけなくて。
いいんです、助かりました。ありがとうございました。
なん例なら私よりあのボーイに言ってあげて。おかげで騒ぎに気づけたんだからね。
はい、そうですね。ありがとう、立脇くん。
Please already did a thing. Certainly couldn't drive them off in such a cool fashion.
そんなことないよ。君が来てくれたからあの人たちもすぐに腕を離してくれたしさ。私どうしていいかわかんなくて、もう泣き出しそうだったし。
I'm sad to know that he isn't as much of a Chad as Toru, though. Like, he's got all the negatives of Toru, seemingly, without the positives of Toru, because while Toru is a massive fucking whiz who can't make up his fucking mind because GIRL! He at least, once he actually finally decides on it and sees anything threatening her, will personally murder it with his bare hands, even if they are driving a tank. That's why Toru is my boy, and this one isn't. At least right now, for now. Let's hope he turns into my boy at some point. Well, I'm not sure what to say.
このボーイったら真っ赤になっちゃって、もう私ズッキューンきちゃう。
あ、そうだ。コーヒー新しいの持ってくるね。
Don't worry about it. This one will be fine.
でもそれ
Fat from the sausage is forming a thick layer on the top of the coffee. It's definitely not a concoction I really want to put in my mouth. I can handle this, no worries at all. I've been told since I was a kid not to waste food. I had to drum it. They really had it drummed into me. It was on the spur of the moment I birthed this abomination. I need to put it down. I took a picture of them. If they try to interfere with their business in any way, the pictures might come in useful.
うっそ、まさかそのために写真を撮ってたの？
あの状況でそんなことまで考えてたんだ。
I was just swept along by events. That's all. Nothing more than that.
もうたまたまだなんてかわいい。私のたまたまもズーキューンってなっちゃいそう。
You can wait long for that.
写真のお礼にたっぷりサービスしてあげるから、いつでもこのお店に来てね。
I say this is special entail, I wonder. I effectively cover my own butt. Unable to withstand the impassioned gaze he is giving me, I gulp down the coffee in a single shot swallow.
本当に大丈夫？
Yep, I'm fine. I'm fine. It was unexpectedly rich. The only thick coffee had a frankly indescribable flavor. Stretch!
今日からいよいよ選挙の工事が始まるね。
Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. So, you guys judge this one, and see you next time. Bye bye.